guys, Jacob here. This is a video that a bunch of people have asked me about, and that's going to be how to prepare for TU6. TU6 is supposed to release later on this October with the new raid. I know some of these, things you guys might already know already, but a decent amount of people have been asking me what are the ways I've been preparing for TU6 and a few ways I recommend people picking up the game where some of my friends and don't necessarily know what to do. But these are a few basic things that I decided to write down for you guys and also show you that I recommend doing in the next update, which is TU6. Now the first thing is going to be keep your gear, or keep decent gear. If you know it's absolute garbage, then throw it out. But if you have really high stat rolls or gear you think you may or may not use, you should probably just hold on to it because they may have a stat or a talent you might want to use in the next update. And you guys, as you know, certain talents will be changed in the next update. Also, there are 4 new talents, so if you have, for example, Wyvern knee pads that have an active talent on them and it has crit chance and you're trying to make a DPS build, you could throw the new talent Composure on there, to get the damage while you're cover. So some of these things you guys should hold on to because they might be getting a buff. Some of them also might be getting a nerf, but I recommend holding on to some of these talents on some of the gear. That way you don't lose out on them in the next update. Now the next thing is going to be pretty much the same thing, only with weapons. I recommend you guys save some of your weapons. That way, you have more variety to use in the next update because they are buffing and they are nerfing some of the guns. For example, like the M60 and the the P4, 16 got nerfed and the Eagle Bear got nerfed, but this is mostly on high-end weapons. You should save some of the SMGs you guys find, some of the ARs, the sniper rifle, stuff like that, because a lot of those are getting buffed, or rifles in general. Just have a large variety of weapons that you guys want to use. Like I have a decent amount of weapons here that I cannot wait to test out in the next update, especially the G36 and the ACR, or the Urban MDR, which is my favorite rifle. Which another thing on guns, which is going to be the named weapons. You guys should hold on to all your named weapons you get from Cassie Mendoza, because those are apparently going to get unique buff talents that are better than the normal talents. I'm not 100% sure if they're going to be automatically changed, which I imagine they probably will be because you already have them. Because they did change the skins on some of the weapons, like the Invisible Hand Aug and the Shield Splinter were changed and updated. So if you guys have some of these weapons, I recommend holding on to them because the talents might actually be better than normal talents. And there are a decent amount of these. You can get these from Cassie Mendoza. There's the shotgun, there's the SMG, and there's the Shield Splinter, which you actually can get from the box. Now, the next thing is going to be obviously your farming route and control points. If you have a decent farming route, I recommend going through and doing this probably every day when it resets and just looting the boxes, or every a certain amount of hours when it takes to reset, and looting different guns and also looting different gear. This will allow you to have some decent gear, or have a piece you're looking for, or just a roll you're looking for. Like if you're looking for a certain vest, or like a high crit roll, like that vest right there has 60% crit damage roll. You can just loot all around the map and also loot around the control points and just try to get some of those high stat rolls and also get some gear you're looking for. Like if you're going to make an SMG build, you might need a new Sokolov mask or a Wyvern backpack or stuff like that, or new fenders for an AR build. Now, the next thing is going to be joining a clan. I know some people like to play this game solo or just with a few people, but if you have a clan, this will allow you to obviously have more people to play with, and the new raid is coming out after all, so you might actually have to play with more people than normal. I know some people like to play this game solo. Another thing is the raid vendor, the clan vendor, and that's going to allow you guys to get stuff from the clan that, the clan vendor that may actually be pretty decent. Some of the lower clans tend to get, pretty high stat rolls on some gear, so even if you're not that high, you might get a stat roll or something you're looking for. And also you'll be rewarded, every your weekly cash, so if your team does well in weekly events and stuff like that. Now, the next thing is going to be vendors. I recommend looking at every single vendor each week, and if you're looking at a vendor reset video, or if you're just scrolling through, if you don't check them at all, I recommend checking them, just for the fact that the vendors might have a gun or a piece of gear you're looking for. I know they dropped some critical and surgical rolls this week, which is really nice for the next update because some people are going to be running crit builds. Also, they might find a piece of gear you might need to complete a future build, and now you have it, so you can pretty much have it prepared for the next update. So make sure you guys check each, the campus, the theater, and all the dark zone vendors for something you might need in the future. Speaking of builds, that's going to be the next thing, is preparing your build for the next update. If you guys already have a build in mind, you should try making it, or even write it down, or something like that, or use a spreadsheet. I know some people do that, and just kind of get an idea of how you want to make it. I know people are making SMG builds, some people are making, sniper builds with the new talent, vigilance and stuff like that, or trying to make the electronic builds, because you can, change blues to reds and yellows to blues and stuff like that and actually change it. but I recommend doing that. That way you guys get some kind of idea of what you're going to be using in the next update. Now the final thing is going to be blueprints. Make sure you guys do your SHD requisitions and also do your control points if you're trying to get guns and stuff like that. Most of the guns, the ARs and LMGs, are pretty much there. So if you're trying to get one, you can craft it, or SMG. So if you want to like test out a an MP5 for the next update, or craft a new gun like a gun like the G36 that most people don't use, or the FAL or something like that, you guys will have access to be able to basically craft that gun and be able to test it out in the next update. And it is a replica, obviously. Some of the replicas I have actually are higher rolls than my normal guns, but it'll actually just have a little bit more variety. That way you guys can already just craft the weapon or piece of gear you're looking for, and you don't really have to worry about getting it out in the open world. But those are just a few things that might help you guys out. Thank you guys all for watching. Make sure you guys subscribe to more Division 2 content, and I'll catch you guys all later.
All these tools. Don't want them to get